वदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते जयतां सुरतो पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजौ राधावदनमोहनो तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If a few more devotees can turn on the videos, that would be really encouraging. And we are continuing our journey with the daily divine discussion, Srimad Bhagavatam. Can we have one devotee to read the translation of yesterday's verse? We had already done it, but still, so that we just get a context. Okay, Her Grace, Dayamai Radha Prabhu. Go on.
Prabhuji. Although they were impartial by nature, those followers of the Vedanta blessed me with their causeless mercy. As far as I was concerned, I was self-controlled and had no attachment for sports, even though I was a boy. In addition, I was not naughty, and I did not speak more than required. Hare Krishna.
Yes, good. So this shloka mentions about the quality of the Bhaktivedantas who had come there, and they were equal in vision. Equal in vision means they want to consider everybody as a recipient of mercy. Yes, we should, everyone is a qualified recipient of mercy. Yes. And if you look at our movement, see Gaurang Mahaprabhu, that's the philosophy. Patra patra na dekhi. He doesn't see qualification, disqualification. He distributes the mercy of the holy name, and the holy name is love of Godhead to everybody. In the Harinam Chintamani, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the beads that we get from our spiritual master, those beads are prema mala, which means that beads are giving us, through the beads the spiritual master has given us Krishna prem. He's given it to us, and now we have to chant. We have to chant on those beads to revive that prema. We have received it, so we have to chant the holy name very nicely. Then the four qualifications of Narad Muni, which he got by the mercy of this divine sages, the Bhaktivedantas. Sense control, Dante, Adrita Kridanake. He wasn't attached to frivolous sports. Anuvartini, he was a perfect follower, and Alpa Bhashini. He knew how much to talk, when to talk, what to talk. He had complete control over his speech. So, purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, His Grace Shyam Sundar Prabhu, you can read.
Prabhuji, I can see the screen because. Okay. From starting point, beginning from.
Yes, Prabhu, from in the beginning, correct. In the Bhagavad Gita.
In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord say, all the Vedas are searching after me. Lord Sri Chaitanya says that in the Vedas, the subject matters are only three, namely to establish the relationship of the living entities with the personality of Godhead, perform the relative's duty in devotional service, and thus achieve the ultimate goal, back to Godhead. As such, Vedantavadis, or the followers of the Vedanta, indicates the pure devotees of the personality of Godhead. Such Vedantavadis or the Bhaktivedantas are impartial in distributing the transcendental knowledge of devotional service. To them, no one is enemy or friend, no one is educated or uneducated, no one is especially favorable, and no one is unfavorable. The Bhaktivedanta says that the people in general are wasting time in false sensuous things. Their business is to get the ignorant mass of people to reestablish their lost relationship with the personality of Godhead. By such endeavor, even the most forgotten soul is roused up to the sense of spiritual life, and thus being initiated by the Bhaktivedantas, the people in general gradually progress on the path of transcendental realizations. So the Vedantavadis initiated the boy even before he becomes self-controlled and was detached from childish sporting,
Okay.
etc. But before the
Thank you.
initiation,
Thank you, Prabhu. Good. So here, uh, Bhakti Vedantas. Who are Bhakti Vedantas? These Bhakti Vedantas are very clear in the three subject matters. The Vedas give three knowledge: Sambandha Gyan, Abhideya Gyan, and Prayojana Gyan. Sambandha Gyan is understanding who is Jiva, who is God, what is Prakriti, and their interrelationship. That's called Sambandha Gyan. And the moment somebody is established in this Sambandha Gyan, he knows the relationship, then there is Abhideya Gyan, where one revives that relationship through a process, and that process is called as sadhana. And then one gets the knowledge of sadhya. What is a sadhya? What is the goal? Sadhya means the goal, and the goal is prema. That's the goal, Krishna prema. So this constitutes, and Bhakti Vedantas are those who are thorough in this knowledge, and they are progressed in this knowledge, and they are called as pure devotees. So sadhu sanga sarva shastra koy, lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. There's this beautiful statement that comes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that all the scriptures, what do they advise? They advise us sadhu sanga, associate with pure devotees. Sarva shastra koi, all shastras speak the same thing. Why? Why is it so? Lava matra sadhu sanga. Even a moment of association of pure devotee, which means 1/12 of a second, that's called lava. Lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. Yes, one can um, achieve perfection even with that much matter of sadhus. Why? Because these sadhus are equal in distributing mercy. They will not see qualification, disqualification. I remember when we had gone for our village van party distribution, book distribution, we were told by our senior that we are not supposed to discriminate between anyone. Usually there's a tendency to see, especially if we are distributing, oh, this person will take, this person will not take. This person is rich, this person is not rich. I don't think this person can afford. No, just go ahead and try to distribute the mercy. This mercy is for everybody. So that's the ground principle we were taught. And I remember I had walked up to one lady who was sitting outside her home and getting some fresh air. So I went and gave the book. She said, I'm Christian. I said, we don't discriminate. It was so natural that this response just came because yeah, our consciousness was so prepared. We don't discriminate. Everybody is same for us. And she loved that answer so much. She kissed the Bhagavad Gita, went inside home and brought the donation and gave it. It was so nice. And personally, we were endeavoring, myself and my fellow devotee, Kadam Khan and Prabhu, both of us were there. So we both were endeavoring, we will not leave one single, we'll look at every single person. Let's not even, every person should have seen devotee. Every person should get darshan of Bhagavad Gita. And devotee is carrying tilak. What is tilak? Tilak is Hari Mandiram, the temple of Lord. So every devotee should have, every person should have darshan. Let their bhakti start. We don't know when next time the van party will reach there. We have no idea. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for such people. So let's make it happen. So we went in corner in one tunnel. We just entered somewhere. It was a dark place. We entered finally. That was a meat shop. What to do? My friend was turning away and he said, I think better we should leave. He was just about to slaughter the animal. Said, this is the time make a difference. So we just went and I just went and placed, I didn't know anything. I just went and placed the Gita on his hand and he said, you have to take this. It is the Lord's desire for you to take it. I just told. And he gave Lakshmi. He took it. So sometimes devotees ask us. There was one shop, it was called Kukuduku. You know what is Kukuduku? Chicken shop. Because that's how the chicken sings kukuduku. Said, should we go here, Prabhuji? I said, they need it more than us. Just go. And that person not only took books, he also gave money. God knows what he's going to do with that, but he will definitely, they need mercy, right? There was one devotee, I asked him, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? He said, one of the merciful Vaishnavas came and walked up to my liquor factory. I was having a liquor factory, not distribution. So I used to do liquor distribution all across different parts of the state. And after I read the Gita, I closed down my business. It brought me a lot of loss, but I closed down my business, and now I decided I will never do anything which is against the four regulative principles. So that's why giving kripa is important. Nityanand Prabhu used to go to liquor shops and brothels to preach, where Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, because sannyasira alpachidra sarvaloka gai. If a sannyasi does something that is creating doubt, then even a small black mark on sannyasi's character, the whole world will start condemning and criticizing the sannyasi. So he said, wherever I cannot go, Nityananda, he will go there and preach. So of course, please do this in association. Okay. Even Prabhupada told his devotees when they were doing kirtan in Avalon ballroom, he said, this is no place for a gentleman. Yeah, people were all drunk, hippies, high in drugs, and there they had arranged Prabhupada's kirtans. Of course, Prabhupada did. They received mercy. But Prabhupada said, there's no place for a gentleman. You're not supposed to go again. No. But still, devotees have distributed mercy. Prabhupada, he didn't discriminate. He gave hippies. He saw good in. So how can we be equally merciful to everyone while we are distributing mercy? We have to see some good quality in them. Just like how did Mahaprabhu distribute kripa to Jagai Madai? Because it was Nityananda who gave mercy. But what about Nityananda? He spotted Jagai in Madai. But he said when Madai wanted to hit me, Jagai stopped him. Sure. Fine. That's one good quality, you get mercy. You have served my devotee. So you get the mercy. Right. So we need to see some good quality. Prabhupada saw, you know what good quality Prabhupada saw in hippies? He said the hippies are detached from sense gratification. They are detached from economic development and family development. So yes, good. That's a qualification. So if you're not detached from economic development and family development, very nice. Then you qualify for Krishna consciousness. He saw some good quality. So when you have to bestow this mercy, we have to see some good in that person. And when we see that good, so that's the quality of sadhu. There are 4 levels of sadhu. There is sadhu, sadhutara, sadhutama, ati sadhutama. So sadhu is a person who sees good quality in others. Sadhutara is a person, even if there is lot of bad qualities, he sees little good. Even there is little good quality, he sees that good quality. Sadhutama is that person is ocean of bad quality. There is only a small dot of good quality, he sees that good quality. And Ati Sadhutama is a person who, even if there is no good quality, he adds some good quality and sees good quality. And that Atu Sadhutama is possible only when a person sees the other person as a part and parcel of Krishna. Yes. So yes, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi Shravana Adishutta Chitta Kariyodai. This person is a potential pure devotee. That's the vision of Ati Sadhutama. This person is a potential pure devotee. So there are only 2 categories of people: pure devotee, potential pure devotee. Somebody who has taken the process of japa and is constantly chanting, pure devotee. And a person who is struggling to chant or is yet to chant, potential pure devotee. That there's only 2 categories of people he sees: devotee, potential pure devotee. That is Ati Sadhutama. And because of this particular quality, they're able to distribute mercy to everyone. Okay. Next. Who would like to read? Okay, Grace Bhakti Sundari Mataji, go ahead.
Correct. But before the initiation, he, the boy, became more and more advanced and disciplined, which is very essential for one who wishes to make progress in the line. In the system of Varnashrama Dharma, which is the beginning of the actual human life, small boys after 5 years of age are sent to become brahmacharis at the Guru's ashrama, where these things are systematically taught to every boy, be he a king, be he a king's son, or the son of an ordinary citizen. The training was compulsory not only to create good citizens of the state but also to prepare the boy's future life for spiritual realization. The irresponsible life of this of sense enjoyment was unknown to the children of the followers of the Varnashrama system. A boy was even injected with spiritual acumen before being placed by the father in the womb of the mother. Both the father and the mother were responsible for boy's success in being liberated from the material bondage. That is the process of successful family planning. Shall I continue?
Yeah, please complete it.
Okay. It is to beget children for complete perfection. Without being self controlled, without being disciplined, and without being fully obedient, no one can become successful in following the instructions of the spiritual master, and without doing so, no one is able to go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So what is spoken of here? Here, as soon as before the initiation, the boy became more and more advanced in discipline, which is very essential if one wants to make progress in this line. Yes, dear devotees. In fact, many successful people were interviewed and they were asked one factor. Just tell us one factor that is required for success. And all the successful personalities, whether that be in the walk of music, in the field of sports, in business, they all only gave one word: discipline. Similarly, in spiritual life also, discipline was used. Yes, discipline was very much, that word is used by Prabhupada many times. He says, even in this 3.30 Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasya vigata jvara. In that he says, Krishna consciousness should be practiced as though in military discipline. Military discipline. So this military discipline is very, very important. So we all should work in this life. How to improve spiritual life? First, improve discipline. And actually, a person who is disciplined before initiation, that discipline is very important. That is why many yatras, they have a counselor system, a sadhana tracking system to know if the student is completing rounds, how many rounds they are completing in the morning before initiation. Yes, attending, is there a discipline in coming to the Sunday programs? Is there a discipline in doing some service to the temple? Is there a discipline in contributing some amount of Lakshmi to the temple? Is there discipline in the participation of festival? Is there a discipline in the performing of Mangalarti every day morning with Guru's picture on the altar? Yes, is there a discipline of offering bhoga? Is there a discipline to attend the yearly yatra of the spiritual master? Is there a discipline of, following the temple authorities and counselor? So this is all checked. Some yatras are even stricter. Is there a discipline of having reading Prabhupada books? They conduct test, Siddhanta test, Sadachar test. So they take exam. This person knows the philosophy. So they take exams. Does it recite Mangalarti by heart? Mangalarti, Tulsi Arti, Narsimha Arti, Guru Puja. You should know all these things. Yes, Shiksha Ashtakam, 10 offenses, all the morning program things they will ask. And if the disciple, that person has discipline, if he has regulated way they have done this, the discipline is there. then you will know all these things. So they want to check if the discipline is there in following the daily sadhana. So if a person has maintained this discipline for some places it's 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, I've even heard 10 years. 10 years of disciplined life, then you are recommended for first initiation. So that is the level of, because especially for the Brahmanical initiation, we need a lot of discipline. Being conscious of the Gayatri, we do, the Trisandhya. It all requires a lot of discipline. So you have to get discipline. I'm talking for myself also. We all have to get this discipline in our system, especially towards spiritual life and in fact material life also. In fact, my teachers used to tell me a person who's, how to identify a person will become a very good devotee. Unless a person is materially responsible, such a person will not be spiritually responsible. No, we need both. So we cannot say neglect all household. No. In fact, a person who is responsible, spiritually responsible, will be materially responsible also. Because without a person being materially responsible, person will not be spiritually responsible. If you are seeing somebody materially not responsible but nicely taking bhakti, that is going to be a show bottle. It's not going to last long. That drama will get over very soon. I've always noticed this in my life. Initially, I was seeing, Prabhuji, what are you telling? This person is materially nothing to give and take, but spiritually, no, it doesn't work like that. A person who cannot be materially, because spiritual responsibility is a bigger commitment. So, a person who cannot be materially responsible can never be spiritually responsible. So, devotee is very responsible. And how can one become responsible? Through this discipline. Completing japa in the morning, coming for Srimad Bhagavatam every day, doing the Mangalarti, Guru Ashtakam prayers. Yes. Reciting the Shikshashtakam before japa. Attending one full morning program at least once a week. All this is very important. Yeah. So this discipline Narad Muni had. That's why he could make progress. So this particular discipline was brought about in the ashram. Yes. To be very honest, that's why this ashram culture is very important. We need to create more ashrams where there is training program, and this ashram is open to all. So even we have launched a 6 months training program called BASE, Bhakti Academy for Cultural Education. So we will invite every 6 months, we open admission, whoever wants to come can come. We have discipline. Waking up at 4 o'clock, starting japa, 4:30 to 5:30 japa, 8 rounds. We have a system there in place. Then 5:30 to 6:30 is morning Mangalarti, Narsimharti, Tulsi Arti, Guru Puja we do. 6:30 to 7:15 there is a small class, and 7:15 you are late. You can go ahead. Anyone chanting 8 rounds is welcome. So 7:15 you are free to go. You will be served breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything is served. So we have a regular morning regulation, and 7:15 they can go for their work. Whatever you want to go to school, you can go to school. You can go to work, and come back. Once you come back, you have your time, free time, whatever you want you can do. And the evening there is we have dinner together. Breakfast and lunch we don't have together. Dinner we have together where we discuss something Krishna conscious. We have a small seva that we do get together, and we have Krishna book reading together. We all sit together, read your own books for half an hour, and then early to bed. 8:30 go to bed. 8:30, 8:45. So 6 months training like that is there. Program is ready. Facility is ready. We are going to soon launch the admissions. And then devotees get trained. Please come and stay. All are welcome from all over the world. Whoever wants to come is welcome. So the 6 months of training that discipline will help us to go through the next 6 decades. That's the program we have. 6 months investment for the next 6 decades. And somebody who wants to continue the training, no problem. They are welcome. So we want to continue. We would like to take up Krishna Conscious training more seriously. Yes, they are admitted like that. So 3-4 things will happen. We'll get very good congregation members in the society, fixed up devotees. We'll get very good. After this, we'll have Bhakti Shastri, because without this discipline, Bhakti Shastri is difficult. You will not be able to manage your time and do your. Then Bhakti Shastri, wherever you go. We'll have more ashram leaders. Whoever comes through ashram, at least 2-3 of them we target. They go and open ashrams in the different parts of the world. go and start similar system. For that you have to take 6 months more training. And then what we can do is, yes, some of them will become, they may take up responsibilities in temple, managing departments, etc. because they will have the discipline, spiritual discipline is there. Yeah, some of them will get ready for the first initiation, like that we go. So we are trying to, we want to come up with such a model very soon. Yeah. The next thing was when the child, if you see, that's why it is called as Garbhadhana. Garbhadhana samskar is where, right when the child is in the semen stage, that is where all the good scripts are given. That's where the training starts. It's said, the Vedic times, they would say, Putyarte kriyate bharya, putra pinda prayojanam. You marry to beget a child. And you get a child so that you get you don't go to hell. That's a Vedic ritual. But if you see, look from Bhagavatam point of view, Guru na sasyat, svajano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat, patin na sasyat, daivam na sasyat, namo chayetya samupeta mrityum. The Rishabdev tells his 100 children, don't be a father or mother. Don't be a husband or a demigod. Don't be a relative or don't be a spiritual master if you cannot deliver your dependents from death. So that is the duty of parents. The child should become pure devotee. Only a pure devotee will go back to God. So they are true parents. If child is becoming pure devotee, good parenting. Child does not become pure devotee, bad. Okay, what is the bare minimum? Okay, good parenting, bare minimum, at least the person should be a good human being. But in Kali Yuga, how can one be a good human being? One cannot be a good human being without pure devotee. That's not possible. Harava bhaktasya kuto manak mahat guna. There is no good quality for a non-devotee. Yes, so inspiring to chant the names, do kirtans, worship the deities. That kind of training is very important. I will not go to the next verse. We'll pause here. The next verse is about the glory of Maha Prasad. Yes.
Krishna Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask you about where you gave the example of the liquor shop person giving the book or the meat shop person like giving a book, because one of the 10 offenses is to instruct about the holy name to a faithless person. And so one of my fears is because in one of your Bhagavad Gita classes, you said if someone has some favorable tendency to Lord Vishnu, that's when we share the Holy Scripture. We don't give it to everyone else when we do book distribution, because some people can be completely against it and we don't want them to also disrespect, because there are people with different extremes. So how do you discern that? And you also told us to be like avoid association that's going to be bad association, because this will affect our bhakti. So there are people unfavorable. So sometimes you have to, if you get into the state, you're getting involved with these people to some perspective, like some extent, right? So you're also putting yourself at risk. I wanted to ask you that. I know you said to go with the association of devotees if you are ever going to like a liquor shop or whatever, and an event where people are on drugs or whatever. But I'm just asking you, just because I live in the Western world and we have all those people everywhere. So
Yes. The principle was that everybody needs mercy. Correct? That was the principle. And what we encountered in our experience was circumstantial. The circumstances were such that we encountered such people. And how we responded in that situation, that was communicated in the class. There's another question. I'll relate both of you. May I please ask if Bhagavad Gita was misused by the shopkeeper and wrapped the produce with the pages of the book? Wouldn't that be a sin? That's why the book we gave was with very nice plastic binding. Right? We gave the book. Now that was circumstantial. We just landed there. We just happened to meet. What to do? So this is Bhagavad Gita. He took it. He gave money. I just said it's God's divine will that you take this. Immediately he took it, accepted. But that person was Shraddhalu. He took it with Shraddha. He touched to his head and he took it. Externally, he is engaged in sinful activities. That's because of his past karma and ignorance. But he has the Sukriti to accept the Gita respectfully. So how they deal with it is very important. Now the moment you encounter, you need to try, right? You need to have some litmus test. As soon as the person says, get lost from here, get out, immediately, Hare Krishna, just leave. Do not engage. Why get lost? You are fallen soul, you are rascals, you are demon. No. We don't have to do that. The person is not responding favorably, just leave. What is the qualification? A person is treating devotees nicely, is welcoming devotees. It's a big thing. The person is be paying respect to Bhagavad Gita. These are the two passing of litmus test that this person is qualified to receive mercy, although that person may be externally engaged in sinful activities, because that person is Balishu, innocent. On the other hand, there may be a person who may be very pious, having some tika or some kind of Vedic attire, but is speaking harshly to Vaishnavas. I've met such people also. So such people are dvishatsu, they are envious. They are far away from Lord. They are absorbed in their own egoistic conception of piety. So we keep miles away from such people, upeksha. On the other hand, a person may be engaged in sinful activities, but still favorable to devotees or the paraphernalia of Lord. Such a person becomes a recipient of mercy. Does that make sense? Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone else want to ask something? If there are no questions, we can go to next verse. Okay, there is this question. Okay. Yes, Mother Shalini, go ahead.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Pranam. So I wasn't asking my question because it's not related to the class, but because there is nobody else, so I'm bringing it. So, we are reading all of this and we are following the four regulative principles, spiritual guru, spiritual master, and everything. I met somebody yesterday at the temple where this lady is saying, well, I don't believe, I'm not going with any guru. I'm not going for any initiation. I have been a Krishna devotee since I was a little girl, like 3, 4 years old. I have a deity from generations that's been passed on. And I just have Krishna in my heart. And I just focus on Krishna's lotus feet and I'm holding on to them. And that's all my bhakti is about. So I told her, if you're reading, and she has been reading Bhagavad Gita, she has been reading Bhagavatam as well. So I asked her, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, you cannot reach me directly, it's through a spiritual master. What do you say to that? So she said, I only believe in Prabhupada. Now, what do you make of such people who make bhakti so simple, uncomplicated? And she says she has immense love for Krishna also. So, how is it supposed to be taken in comparison to all the, disciplined, structured, systematic way that we are going into bhakti? I'm also attending some YouTube sessions on self-evaluation of bhakti, where it's going into Madhurya Kadambini, very much into the details. So I was just trying to do a comparison. Are we doing too much? Or what she's doing is also good enough? Or there is something in the middle? So you can throw some light.
Well, unless I interact with this person, I will not be able to comment as per Madhurya Kadambini which stage of bhakti you are in. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
But one cannot go to bhajana kriya without sadhu sangha. And sadhu sangha is acceptance and service to a bona fide spiritual master. Now, one step she is closer, she has accepted Prabhupada.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. And she is reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam of Srila Prabhupada.
Yes,
Again,
yes.
congratulations. Very nice. So this is very good thing that she's doing. I
Mm-hmm.
think we should appreciate her for this. She should really appreciate. And her not putting faith in a spiritual master or diksha is because of some past life or past experience, negative experience with godmen. With somebody who stood the test of time and character, such personality like Prabhupada, she can definitely accept. But she is yet to accept somebody because she has not found somebody who can represent Prabhupada to her properly. She hasn't found. That may be one of the reasons why she's having a hesitation to go ahead with Diksha. And Diksha is a completely free choice of a person. It's a free will. One can wait, but it's a need. It's essential to take Diksha. At the same time, one should not be forced with Diksha. Oh, you have to take, otherwise you are fallen. No. She's accepted the process. Does she chant?
Yes, she chants 16 rounds too, she
Very
said.
good. She's following the process of chanting 16 rounds. She
Yeah.
has accepted Srila Prabhupada. She is reading Prabhupada books very regularly And she believes she has love for Krishna, which intrinsically everybody in heart has. We all have.
Mm-hmm.
We are reviving that process, right? Does she do service to devotees?
No,
Vaishnavas? Yes.
no.
This is where the maturity begins.
Okay.
A person starts maturing when one understands this fact, because Prabhupada will repeatedly tell Vaishnav Seva is superior to Vishnu Seva. Service to Krishna is superior. So when one starts serving Vaishnavas, then the Guru Tattva is revealed. And then one when serves Guru, then Hari Tattva is revealed.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my opinion. It's not that, not this personality. I don't know this person. But definitely in general, people who come in this category are called as Prakrita Bhaktas, who are yet to include Vaishnavas in their heart. So first Vaishnavas come in your heart. And that Vaishnava starts with a Shiksha Guru, a devotee who's giving you knowledge. And then for her right now, that personality is Prabhupada,
Mm-hmm.
which is correct. And this personality will eventually reveal to you the Guru Tattva, which is a bona fide spiritual master. That's when Sadhu Sangha starts. And then there's such a personality, when under that personality's guidance, instructions, you're doing your chanting, it is called Bhajana Kriya. Such Bhajana Kriya will bring upon Anarth Nivritti, the
Mm-hmm.
destruction of Anarthas. So if she is progressing, we need to appreciate the progress she is, but at least she is way better than many people who sentimentally accept some guru, don't listen to them, don't read Prabhupada books, don't chant properly, don't accept Krishna in heart. So she is way better than that. Her practice is there, process is there, approach is a little sentimental because of lack of tattva vibhrama. There is no proper clarity. So
Correct.
which will happen? Which will happen when which is very clear. Prabhupada books will make it very clear. You need a living spiritual master to twist your ears and correct you time to time.
I was assessing myself more rather than her to see if I was doing anything wrong by complicating things so much. Hers was such a simple approach, but now I think based on your answer, I do understand that as you
Approach,
advance,
her approach is incomplete.
yeah,
We cannot understand Srila Prabhupada's books also without the spiritual master. It is my spiritual master who has taught me Prabhupada books.
correct.
We think we'll understand and we will misunderstand. We can speculate on Prabhupada books also. Right? So to understand the predecessor Acharya, you need. Prabhupada books are very simple, clear, but there are many sections you will not understand without mercy of your spiritual master. Without a teacher, this is our process. Prabhupada has given his books which are the syllabus, standard syllabus for teachers to teach, but you need a teacher. Right? Otherwise, Vyasadev's books were enough, right? Just read, everyone becomes a pure devotee. No, that's not the process. Tachrinvan supatan vicharana paro bhaktya vimuchyen naraha. You have to listen to a devotee. And is it okay to just have me, Prabhupada and Krishna? That's our philosophy right now. It's me, Prabhupada and Krishna. If you're accepting Prabhupada, you have to accept Prabhupada's family also. And Prabhupada's family are his disciples, his grand disciples, his whole institution. That is when we are accepting Prabhupada wholeheartedly. So she has incompletely accepted Prabhupada. This is a mistake, which she will improve eventually. Because she has accepted Prabhupada, she will get mercy of Prabhupada. And that mercy will dawn when she will start accepting his family, start serving those devotees. Then you will make progress.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This was beautiful explanation. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Sachidanand Prabhu.
Prabhu, in Hare Krishna, 2-3 small questions are there. First, you have told 8 rounds in morning. When balance round, 8 rounds, when to do japa?
Well, I didn't get your question. Can you rephrase it?
You have told that in ashram or for students, they have to do 8 rounds in morning, minimum. When balance 8 rounds, because 16 rounds are to be done.
Yeah, they have time. We'll give time for that also.
Okay. And then perhaps 2-3 days back, we were discussing in class by Jagdish Devani Prabhu that this Mayavadi What is meaning by empirical universe?
Empirical universe. Empirical universe is the Virat Purusha.
Acha, Virat Purusha. Because in Hindi it was told that Anubhav Gamya. So Anubhav
Right.
Gamya.
It's a very complicated Hindi of the 60s and 70s that is used. But yeah, because usually the Prabhupada wrote his books in English, later on they were translated. Okay. Any last questions? Last question, one more. We can conclude after that, if there is any. Yes, Raksha Mataji, last question for today.
Yes, Prabhu. I have one quick question. So regarding the Mayavad philosophy, like Prabhupada has mentioned that they don't accept the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why they are devoid of the devotion. And again, the Sripad Shankaracharya only has told that Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. So how can they don't even follow their own guru's instruction here?
Yes, you're right. I would like to answer in three ways. Accepting lotus feet means the personality, because lotus feet is connected to personality. Whenever we say that your lotus feet has come to our home, which means the person has come to the home. Lotus feet is not disconnected from the person. So Mayavadis don't accept the personality of Godhead, because of which they commit an offense, or they consider the personality to be a product of three modes. That's Mayavad. Krishna is a Sattva Murti. He is a product of mode of goodness of material nature, and thus he is material. This is the fault in Mayavadi philosophy, number one. Number two, you had asked about how Shankara's preachings. Shankara has preached Mayavad Asat Shastra. To get the purpose was to get back the Vedas in the hands of people and the hands of the Brahmanas. That was the purpose of preaching Mayavad or Advaitavad. Yes. So many a time Shankara has properly given the philosophy. Shankara has not spoken wrong philosophy. He has only tricked people to come here by telling that Jiva has similar properties to God. Of course, unless you tell the difference, you do not complete the philosophy, your philosophy is wrong. So he says Jiva, they are gods, capital G's. But he forgot to add the apostrophe S, belong to God. He just mentioned gods. So many of them came and took up the Shastras. So his purpose was to get the Shastras. But Shankara very clearly in his teaching says, Brahma is Paratattva. That means soul is beyond matter. But Narayana is Parat Paratattva. Narayana is beyond Brahman. His teachings are very clear. Shankara has sung Jagannath Ashtakam. Who wrote? Who has written Jagannath Ashtakam? Shankaracharya. In fact, after Buddhist regime, maximum temples were closed. There was no temple worship, it was stopped. Nobody went to temple. Shankaracharya revived all the temples. Apart from that, 52 Shakti Peeths also he revived. He has done a very big service. It is Shankara's followers who say that the third point is Shankara went mad in his last life. When he sang Bhaja Govindam, he went mad. And he was in ecstasy, going mad. So they said our guru became mad, so when mad guru you cannot follow. So that's why they discard his climax, the quintessential teachings in the rear end of his life. They completely exclude it and they don't accept it. But Bhaja Govinda is the essence, and that's what Krishna says. Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhya jimam namaskuru. Krishna very clearly says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgater antaratmanam shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Bhajan is the essence. And in the bhajans, Navvidha Bhakti is the essence. In the Navvidha Bhakti, chanting is the essence. This is very clear. Alright, dear devotees, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We spoke about discipline.